Hey there, and welcome to another episode of the No Facts with Jen podcast, where it is what I say it is. I'm your host, Jennifer Reed, and buckle up for some hilarious stories and my non-expert advice. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to No Facts with Jen. Guess who's back?
That's
back
right.
Again.
This girl right here is back.
Tell a friend.
Oh, Christina is back in the house. It feels so good to be here.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
It's been a while.
It has, and the last one we did was over Zoom, and I didn't like that.
I know you didn't.
I like hanging out with you. These are my
So
friends.
we have our drinks today. I made myself a little screwdriver. She got some whiskey.
A little ASMR there for y'all.
She got her whiskey and her sweet tea. And I'm enjoying your company today, so I'm glad you came over. I found, so the last podcast that I edited of us, we were possibly talking about kinks.
Were we?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
So I was like, well, let me see if I can find some advice columns where maybe there was some like kinks or something in it.
I want to know why I'm looking at this headline right now, y'all. I don't know how I feel about the headline.
Okay. All right. So the first one, you've already seen the title. Savage love letter of the day. Is 7 too early for a kink? All right. My 7-year-old son started getting really into gauze, splints, and bandages when he was 3. And by the time he was 4, it became very clearly sexualized. He gets a boner when he plays broken bone. Stop laughing! You're not supposed to laugh this quick into we're like 2 sentences in.
You said boner.
Really? Let's get back to it.
He gets a boner when he plays broken bone.
He gets a boner when he plays broken bone or just looks at bandages and has expressed how much he loves to touch his penis when he does this. My husband and I, both happily vanilla, have been accepting and casual about this. We've provided him with a stash of supplies, taught him the concept of privacy and alone time, and frequently remind him to never wrap bandages around his head or neck.
They probably should tell him not to wrap it around his boner, too. You might tie it off a little too tight. Cut circulation of that, man. That'd suck.
He spends so much time alone in his room doing his thing that sometimes I'm wondering, is it normal to be so kinky at such a young age? I know kinks generally develop from childhood associations. When he was 2, he had a surgery to correct a common issue on his groin. Might that have sparked this? I want my son to grow up with a healthy and positive sexuality. Are we doing him a favor or a disservice by supplying him with materials, freedom, and privacy to get engaged in a kink so young? Is there any dangers in this? Okay, so I got this from, what's this? TheStranger.com. Okay, TheStranger.com.
Hey, I held in a lot of laughs.
I know you did.
Like what?
I got into the second sentence that said boner and she just died.
You know, I told my friend, I feel like I'm the girl on Ridiculousness that just laughs at everything all the time. I was like, I hope I don't have a laugh like that. So, like...
That Chanel West Coast. Oh my gosh! You sound like her.
I know, it's so funny. When you were reading that last paragraph, I thought of like Freud. Like, what would Freud say about this?
What would Freud say about this?
Because they're associating it with surgery in his groin area, and I could totally like picture him like creating some weird association. Like they are like, oh, it must have connected to a nerve that made him think about eating his mom, which caused this, and like there's like this whole like weird thing that he thinks, right?
Right.
So like I could totally see the connection there, but like I guess I'm still trying to figure out what they're trying to say. Like,
I guess they want him to have a healthy way of looking at sexuality? Is he too young to have some kind of
But is the
kink?
broken bone his dingling?
No, it said that he would like...
He plays broken bone, but it doesn't say what he plays broken bone of. It says he gets a boner when he plays broken bone. Well, if his broken bone
maybe
is
it was like an arm or something. I don't know.
So what I'm wondering is if the broken bone is either his dingling or if it's like his upper legs, because if he was to touch his private areas, he's going to get a little excited. And even if not, there's other erogenous zones on your body, like your inner thigh and stuff like that. So, I mean, maybe he's playing, broken bone, but he's actually touching these areas of his body that make him tingly.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know the difference, which makes me concerned, because when he goes to a doctor and the doctor starts touching him possibly inappropriately, he's not going to know that that's not okay.
Right, yeah. So I think they do need to have a conversation with him about like if it's like what's okay and what's not okay in different settings. Like if you want to be alone in your room and play broken bone by yourself in the privacy of your room,
I think they
fine.
should disassociate it. I think they should disassociate it. I think they should understand how he's playing broken bone and see if it's actually playing doctor like they assume it is, and really pay attention, or if
I think they have, because
but they're saying he needs to go in his room and do it privately. Nothing that a doctor
but they
does.
told him that after they found out that he was doing it.
I don't know. I feel like anything a doctor does, I don't know. I feel like there's something there that...
No, and I don't think he's, from reading this sentence, I don't think he's even wrapping his thighs, because she says she has to frequently remind him not to bandage around his head and neck.
Well, that's another erogenous thing, is to choke yourself. So if he's like choking himself, he thinks it's playing doctor, but actually, he's choking himself. And they've actually proven it scientifically that when people are choked to death, dudes will actually get an erection.
That's weird.
It's just it's one of those things that gets you excited, and sometimes your body doesn't know the difference between the types of excitement. SVU, people, watch SVU.
Things you never know. I never knew. I thought
that was so interesting. I was like, wow,
girl, I never knew. I think that I don't know.
Good on him though. He's gonna have a nice little healthy.
Young, and I think when you're young, sometimes you don't understand what your body is doing. Maybe it's just, you're young, you're curious.
Yeah.
Kids, as much as we don't want to talk about it, they like to touch.
But I think they should break that association, because if not, then they're gonna think it's okay, and then something bad might happen down the line. Yeah, that's just my opinion. To get serious
to the doctor, and the doctor's like,
Yeah, either it'll make the doctor uncomfortable, or you might run into a bad doctor, and then your kid's not going to tell you because they think it's normal.
Right.
However, if your child progresses down this kinky lifestyle, they're going to have a really fun sex life when they get older.
It might not even be kinky. We don't know.
I'm just saying, like, they might be visiting, like one of those kinky underground things. I wanted to be one of those ladies that ran one of those places.
Like a madame?
Yeah, not like a whorehouse, but like a kinky place. And like you've seen CSI Las Vegas. What the hell's her name in that show?
No, I haven't.
You have not?
No.
So there's this character that's reoccurring, and like I can't remember her name, and I feel so bad right now. But she ran one of those kinky places. Like, she started out doing the kinky stuff, right?
Okay.
But then, like, she ran it. And she's just so amazing. She's just so, like, this is just how it is. And she knew, like, the science. Like, she almost, like, knew the science and stuff behind it. And her and Grissom, like, really clicked because they were both kind of nerdy. She was nerdy about sex, but she was nerdy. Sounds like me, doesn't it?
Because you're nerdy about sex? Mm-hmm. But you're nerdy?
But I'm nerdy about sex, though, too. I research things.
Give me some facts I didn't know. Give me some.
I already
some weird
told you
sex
everything.
Facts. No, you didn't. All you told me was a guy gets an erection when he's choked.
No, I talked to you about like the average penis size and the average vagina size are the same. Just like penises are different, vaginas are different, and I didn't know that. And the way I found that out is because a friend of mine she goes commando. She's like, it's so amazing to go commando. So I tried it for a month and I was miserable. And I couldn't figure out why I was miserable. And somehow research always falls into my lap. I don't even know how I found this. But there's actually different types of vaginas. Like there's skinny ones, fat ones, some with lots of lips, some with not so many lips. Like there's different. And I feel like that my type of vagina is not meant to go commando. Oh, and then we did the research on micropenises.
We did the micropene.
Yeah. So I'm just curious. I'm curious about everything, but sex really like, that's some good shit right there. And I do social research too. Like, excuse me. I dated somebody that I later found out used to be a swinger with his previous wife. And I'm like,
I've known a swinger before.
Wait, but I'm like, ooh, tell me about it. Like,
what did he tell you about it?
He just told me how it worked.
Okay, how does it work? I don't know how the swinger lifestyle works.
So, the way they got started into it is she took him to like a swingers club, like a swingers bar. And, first they just kind of watched and saw how things went. And then like, they found a couple and they went in the room and did the thing. They never like
was
had
it like
anybody...
a foursome or like a...
Yeah. Well, no, they've swapped too.
Oh.
But it's never been like come over to my house thing or we'll go over to your house thing. Like I've known people that have done that. That happened in base housing next door to me and it ruined 2 marriages.
Wow.
It was terrible. But they did it more in we're going to go out with the intent. Doing this, it's not going to be like this relationship thing. And people on Bumble and Tinder, man, they'll put both people on there and they'll be like, we're looking for somebody to add to our relationship.
Girl.
And they want to do like threesomes and stuff. But I find that stuff so interesting.
It is interesting.
The only thing that kind of weirds me out is like the weird play, like pretending to be a baby.
Oh, girl.
Or like a stuffed bear.
Change my diaper.
Yeah, that stuff.
Give me my binky.
Now,
that's so weird.
But that's my own personal thing. That makes me weird.
I'm not kink shaming.
No, you do you.
You're not kink shaming. I just think for me personally, that's not my thing.
But if I see like
and
a documentary about it, like I'm like, I'm all up in it. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Because people are just, I think that's what it is. I think it's because people are interesting to me.
I watched a thing about pony play.
Like,
yeah, and then so they were like,
you didn't know I could do that.
They were, so they were having like this competition where they dress their partners up as a pony. And then they have to get into the headspace of like a pony. It's so weird. Not weird.
It is weird.
I don't know what
What's
the
wrong
word
with
is.
Weird. It is weird.
Okay, it's weird.
Weird is not a bad word.
Weird.
It just means it's different and unusual.
It is very different. And so they're like, I gotta get into the headspace of a pony. And some of them will be like, oh, I rebel. I don't want to do it. So then I'll kick. And I'm just like, what?
They're like bucking. They're like,
and then like some of them have to do like a little, the little horse course. And they're like going around the barrels and like hopping on things. And I'm just like, what is this? It was interesting though. I was just like, it was just different to me. But I watched it and I thought it was
interesting, right? Interesting. We're doing a feet one?
This is a short one. Yes.
Y'all, I love to talk about foot fetishes.
This is a short one.
Because I have a friend that has a foot fetish. And he knows all these people. And there's like all these like websites and stuff. It's so cool.
I've been talking about opening the OnlyFans for the longest, so...
I mean, there are pictures of my feet out on the internet.
Like, I've been talking about doing the OnlyFans. When I seen one lady had earned over $500,000 selling feet pics.
I know, but I feel like we should do it like as a group of people so they can have a diverse selection, and I think we would beat everybody out.
Yes.
Right?
Some brown feet, some white feet, some tan feet,
some with really high arches, some with sausage toes,
some flat
with
feet,
those
some
long
short
toes,
feet, some long feet.
Where the second toe is like longer than the first toe. Yeah. And there's like different feet shapes. Have you seen the stuff about that? Yeah.
Remember we read my like little horoscope thing and it was like, should have a good foot shape. And I was like, foot shape?
You do have cute feet.
No.
She has cute feet, y'all.
No,
I got cute feet. I ain't ashamed to say it. Nope. I can't talk, but I ain't ashamed to say it.
Okay, I got this one from the Chicago Tribune. It's some girl that he's writing to named Anna, I guess, or Anna. It says, Dear Anna, I have a foot fetish that I think is a little too intense and scares some women that really like me away. I always have to touch them, suck the toes, and lick the soles during sex. And it even has made me a cheater. If I see an attractive woman with some big feet, I'm gone.
Big feet? He likes big feet. Okay.
I'm gone and have to
Hey, you got right there. There you go.
I'm gone and have to have her soles on my face. Do I need help? Sign the foot devourer.
Okay, so let me ask you some questions since we're in here. Have you ever had somebody suck your toes?
I don't like people to do stuff like that.
Have you ever had somebody suck your toes?
I've had somebody put my foot in their mouth and I wanted to kick them.
Did you kick them? That
it was
really
like
funny.
not a fight or flight response, but you know, like when you have a reaction. Like it was
like when that dude tried to stick himself in me raw and I smacked it.
Oh my gosh.
He tried to go in raw dog and I'm like, what are you doing? And I smacked the shit out of his
It was just a reaction. But like yes.
That happened so long ago, but it still makes me laugh.
Why are you over there smack? Well, I mean, I get it. You're not supposed to do that.
No, like it was the first time we were having sex, and it was just one of those brown chicken, brown cow things. You know, wasn't like no relationship.
Y'all weren't together.
No, and he tried to like. That was it. It was like the best reaction I've ever had.
What was his reaction to you doing that?
Well, you gotta understand this person. He's like, oh, what do you mean? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I think I have something. And he's like, and he went and fiddled with the drawer because he really wanted to get it in. And then it was terrible.
Oh, and it was terrible.
Yeah, the second time was good though.
Oh, okay. Maybe the first time was like
it was terrible.
After like, having his.
And it had been so long since I got laid, right? It'd been like forever. So I texted my friend. I was like, man, it was freaking terrible. Because she knew. She's like, just go for it. So I did, right? I was like, this sucks. And she's like, oh, maybe the second time will be better. And we had sex again. It was really good. And it was good after that.
That's nice.
But yeah.
I'm glad you had good sex.
I smacked the shit out of his dick.
That's probably why it was bad the first time. Because
hey, don't try to stick it in me raw dog. I ain't your girlfriend and I ain't your wife.
You right. Girl, you're right.
I want to know how many other people you stick it in raw dog.
You can't be just taking any penis.
I hate when they're like, oh, I always wear a condom, just not you with you.
Lies and deceit.
Or let me just stick in the head.
Okay, so let's go back to this foot fetish.
Okay, so you've had somebody...
Do you think he needs help? Yes.
Hold on. I'm asking questions.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right.
So you've had somebody, like, they stuck your whole foot in their mouth?
No, they, like, try to put the big toe in there.
And just the big toe.
You just... it was a reaction because I was like, no, like, I don't like that. I just know
How did he react to that since you want to know how my dude reacted to...
He was like, oh. Oh. I was like, don't, and I just said, like, don't do that. Like, I don't like that. And he was like, okay, like.
I was with somebody that liked to suck my toes.
I don't know what it is. It's not that I dislike feet, but just putting them in your mouth, like.
Well, I was with this person, so we did a lot of experimentation.
Okay, and I can get that.
Because he was really curious, and he liked to read my my Cosmos.
Oh my god!
And he would like to try. Like, I'm like, why does he keep trying all this weird shit in his speak? I found out it's because he would read my Cosmos.
I mean, I'm not judging. Like I said, I'm not judging. I just don't personally like that.
Okay, so do you think this dude needs help?
Yeah.
Why?
There's a thing. Okay, so you have a fetish or you have an obsession, because I feel like he has an obsession, not just a fetish.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's gone like past the line of fetish, because it's like, oh, you're in a relationship. You have some feet, you can do all that licking and whatever you want to, but if you see somebody else with big feet, you
not only that,
you're trying to go with somebody else.
Not only that, let's say that he loves somebody that won't let him do that. What's the difference between him wanting to lick feet?
I don't think he would love somebody that won't let him do that, because it seems like he's too.
My thought.
I'm sorry.
I was getting to something really fucking important,
but I don't think he would, only because he's so obsessed with feet. That I don't think he would even get to the point of loving somebody without doing that.
Okay, let's just say he does.
Okay, hypothetically.
Let's say hypothetically he loves somebody, but they won't let him lick their feet, right? Mm-hmm. would he leave because of that?
Yeah.
So
he gonna cheat, or at least cheat on her. To get some feet, because he is in love with feet.
Exactly, and I feel like if you love somebody, you're not going to cheat on them. So sometimes you have to go past what you want, because there's a lot of guys that want butt sex, and there's not a lot of girls out there doing it. So there's a lot of guys going out with butt sex. They're in a relationship, and they're like, well, I'm just not going to stick my dick in a butthole. So, but I love her.
Yeah, but I feel like it's different, though, because it's not a fetish.
Sticking your penis in somebody's butt is not a fetish?
I mean, I feel like for some people it is more normalized than
if you really think about it, anything besides sex to have babies is kind of a fetish. Do you have a problem with him being a cheater? I don't care if you are cheating, having sex, cheating, licking somebody else's feet, cheating emotionally. I had a husband that emotionally cheated on me so badly to the point where he neglected me. You know what I mean? So, like, I wasn't getting anything I needed because he was chasing this girl and honestly, she didn't even want him. So he was turning his life upside down for her, and I felt very neglected. So when you're with somebody, you're with that person, right? Mm-hmm. But I also feel that there is somebody out there for everybody. And there's going to be somebody that may not like to have their toes licked, but the person for you is going to be open to what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel that way. Because I'm a very open-minded person. I told you I have a friend that has a foot fetish, and on 2 occasions he's taking pictures of my feet. You know, it gets a little weird, but not too uncomfortably weird. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not the actual action of taking pictures of my feet. It's what happens afterwards. He gets really excited about it. Like, not like boner excited, but like he talks a lot about it, about how excited he is to have these foot pictures, and, you know, and then it just like if I found somebody extremely attractive, sometimes you fall into that pitfall of, well, they're so attractive, maybe things can happen with me and them. And, you know, it kind of falls into that conversation. And I feel bad because I have to be like, no, I don't think we're right for each other. You're a great friend to me. You can take all the foot pictures of me you want. Like, seriously, every time I see you.
It's not going any farther than that.
Yeah, you can have all the foot pictures that you want. Like, you know, and matter of fact, my daughter made a sculpture of my foot because she had to for ceramics or whatever class it was. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, do you want this sculpture of my feet?
You want this ceramic of my foot?
I just never sent it to him. I probably should have. I don't even know where it is right now.
What is your advice to this man?
My advice to him is to go from being obsessed with feet, like you said, that we think that he is, and make it a fetish, and have open communication with anybody that he decides he wants to have a relationship in. Because, one, like I said, get some therapy or something, go from being obsessed to having a fetish. Fetishes, there's nothing wrong with them. But also have an open conversation with whoever you're with, and you need to know what your deal breakers are. So if you want the person you're with to be okay with it and they're not, you need to cut them and go. Don't waste their time. If the person you're with is like, nah, I don't want you to touch my feet, but you can go ahead and touch somebody else's feet, but that's it, then you have to know your deal breakers and make that decision with that person. Because I'm pretty sure that there are places out there where you can just do freaky stuff with people's feet. Yeah. And there's websites, like, seriously, there's websites with, like, people put photo albums and stuff up there. So, I mean, if the person you're with is okay with you cheating with feet only, I mean, or if they're not, then, like I said, you need to know always know what your deal breakers are and bring them up right at the beginning.
Yes.
100%.
I agree.
Stop wasting people's fucking time.
Yeah, it's not okay to cheat, even if it's just for some footage. So this last one is a doozy. I always save the best for last.
You a mess.
This is from an Ask Amy on OregonLive.com. Wife finds husband has been having sex with men for more than 50 years. I think this one is a little bit longer. We're not going to read the whole thing. No, we're not, girl. This thing long. We're going to read some of it.
We can read every other line like they did in school.
Oh, my gosh.
Christina, it's your turn to read the next paragraph.
Dear Amy, I found out recently that my husband of many years has been having sex with men for the last 52 years.
He says he is bisexual, but his appetite for sex with men is stronger than with women. He is into fetish and cross-dressing.
I believe he needs to come out and live the life he craves and not try to keep up with the appearance that he is a heterosexual married man.
He says he never cheated on me with other women and that he would like to stay married. He offered to give me equal time to the time he spends with these men, but I know he has never been that attached to our sexual life. Plus, I got married to a man who pledged his fidelity to me, and I chose not to share. Girl, I don't like to share either. You know that.
I don't either, girl. I'm not no.
I don't even like sharing you. She having all these other guests on her podcast.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I was all in my feelings, but let's go. We ain't talking about me.
Anytime I say somebody else is on a podcast,
and she doesn't tell me.
A face.
And it's even worse when she doesn't tell me, like, ahead of time. So when I see it posted, I'm like, who the fuck is this? Because she didn't.
I'll take a sip on that.
I'm like, who is this John Smith? Who are you?
Who is this other Adele? Like,
you gotta prepare me for these things. I'm really attached to you.
Oh, look.
What kind of fuck shit is that?
We're gonna just interrupt the middle of this story.
You started it.
I did not.
Go back. Yes, you did. Rewind this.
No, we're continuing.
It's your turn.
I feel this marriage is done. We both got tested and we're okay, but he is now only a regular at a couple of senior gay clubs.
Ooh, there's a thing? I want to go to a senior
I didn't know they had those. But also has put himself out on 3 internet sites asking to hook up with anyone who would like to have some fun.
That motherfucker's on Grindr.
He will be 74 and I will be 80 next month. Damn, they're fucking old. Like,
and he's still having sex. Good on him. I told you that's one of my fears because I'm single. I'm 42 and I'm scared that I'm not going to find a man until I can't fuck no more. And that's going to suck.
No, they say like senior women be like getting it in for real. They be saying like
and be like,
they be saying no for real. Single like older women.
I feel like I'm not gonna find a
like
man.
Their sex drive is
seriously.
high.
I feel like I'm not gonna find a man until I'm 60. I'll be getting them widowers. Yeah, buddy. Okay.
I still need y'all to write me at nofactswithin@gmail.com.
Hey, you already know I'm down with foot fetishes.
For Christina, because she's down for foot fetishes, y'all. She got some.
I don't mind micro penises.
She will make it work. Am I continuing? Over the years, he went from seeing men 2 to 3 times a year to 2 to 3 times a week.
That's because it's cool now.
We are talking about 100 to 150 different partners over the years. He is not willing to give up any of this up. He says he will be honest with me about what he is doing when he goes out. Am I supposed to believe that? What is your opinion? Do marriages survive this? Broken. Oh, I guess the rest of this was the answer back.
Once again, this goes back to those deal breakers.
Oh, hell yeah. But I'm thinking what happened in this situation is that he married her without telling her about that side of him.
I agree, but she still has the choice to leave.
Oh yeah, I would have left.
Yeah,
ain't no way you're gonna be sleeping with some man and he stay.
She needs to know her deal breakers, and if her deal breaker is this, then she needs to leave. But if this isn't a deal breaker and it's more important for her to stay with him, then she has to accept him how he is now. Because when you marry somebody, we still so let's say that he didn't know he was gay or bisexual back however many 74 years ago.
50 years ago.
Right. So it wasn't.
She's been married to him. Well, she said he's been sleeping with men her husband has for 52 years.
Okay, so what is 52 years ago? Okay, I can't do math. 1968. So in 1968, was it okay to be gay?
No.
Do you know how many gay men got married in that time frame, and they just lived in lies until it became okay? And she's not the only one. I remember hearing a story of a guy that decided that he was a girl and his wife stayed with him. So it doesn't help to blame. I'm getting real serious on y'all right now. I'm sorry. It doesn't help to blame. He is who he is now. You are who you are now. Do you want to move forward together the way things are? I think that's a decision you have to make. Now,
yeah. And she's allowed this to go on for so long that now it's like,
well, and here's
why
the thing.
is this a problem? That's my thing. Why is it a problem now? You know, it's been happening for 52 years.
It's because I guarantee the biggest issue for her that she's not mentioning is she's being neglected. It's not about him sleeping with other men. It's about him giving 110% to somebody else and giving her nothing. It's really not like there are some people that can live double lives efficiently and effectively where they can give 100% and 100%. This dude, he is taking more and more and more away from her to give it to other people. Right. That's what the real issue is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right because she said it went from like 2 to 3 people a year to 2 to 3 engagements with somebody or people a year to 2 to 3 a week.
So what's the reason why it bothers her? It's because she's getting less and less of him.
Right.
Because he's giving her less and less. And it's probably because he's actually gay, not bisexual.
Yeah, I think he's gay, not bisexual.
But here's my thing. People grow. So let's say I was married right now and I decided I don't like dudes anymore and I like chicks. It doesn't mean that I've always been a lesbian. It means I discovered another side of myself and I've grown into it. And as long as I'm honest, I think that's what needs to happen. You have to be honest and you don't have to like it. You don't have to like it, and you are allowed to be angry with me. You're allowed to be upset with me, but you still have to make a decision. And I think that's where people get hung up. They get hung up in the blame game. I don't like that. I try not to do the blame game, and I try to be like, okay, I don't like this. We're not going to stay together. Done. There's no more. I'm not going to be like, well, you suck and blah, 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 and do nothing about it. That's just fucking stupid. You're wasting your time. Lady, you're 80 fucking years old.
You wasted your whole life. You could have been with somebody else. I would have done left.
Maybe they had a great life up until now. But
there's no way she had a great life up until now.
Well, she didn't fucking leave, and it wasn't a problem until now.
I would have been done so long ago.
But she's
the first
choosing
time
to be
I've
upset
been like, time to go. I peaced out.
Well, look how long I stayed married unhappily, right? And what was
how long was that?
8 years.
Not 52.
I understand that, but that was the
52.
longest marriage. That is the longest marriage I had ever been in, and I put up with a lot of shit. And then the last straw, it broke the camel's back, and that's what happened. So right now she needs to realize that this is the last straw for her. And yeah, it sucks being 80 and being single. Well, why be 80 and be miserable? Girl, there are so many out there that are dating at your age. Like, girl, get it. I love seeing those.
Baby boom was out there.
I love seeing those movies where they have like old people in the old people homes and they're being dirty.
Oh yeah.
Go be dirty with some old men.
Go live your whole life again.
And honestly, and here's the thing: if you catch anything, it doesn't matter because you're 80.
Summer.
If you catch anything, it doesn't matter because you're 80.
Oh. Don't do that. don't do that.
Smack his dick if he tries to put it in raw. And they have fucking Viagra out there now, and they even have like a Viagra for women. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm gonna be a hoe when I'm 60. If I don't find me a man, I'm gonna be a straight hoe. I'm gonna wait until I'm 60 though. I still got some good years in me, some good quality.
Not 59 and a half.
Nah, 60. My 60th birthday, and I think I'm more sure this is I'm 60 and a hoe now. A hoe again.
We're gonna make you a shirt.
A hoe again. A hoe again.
Not hoe now. A hoe again. Again.
I'm so glad my dad doesn't watch this shit.
Again. Not now.
Oh my God.
So what do you think is your advice to her just to live?
I think she should decide if this is a deal breaker and not focus so much on the blame game. It doesn't matter that it's his fault because she's going to waste so much time and so much energy and so much emotion on something that's not going to change. And that's based on other people that I've seen go through this. And
I said, girl, leave that man.
Yeah.
For real. Yes, you're 80. You're coming to the end of your life.
You
better live your life the best way you can. Have you seen some of these
80-year-old men?
She need to live her life the best way she can and live it to the fullest. You don't have that many years left. Okay? You don't. Let's be honest. You better be living your last years, your last days, whatever, with somebody that is not going to cheat on you with a bunch of men.
Go get you some cheetah print. Go be a fucking cougar.
You better get on Tinder. You better get on Tinder.
There's some dudes that like old ladies.
For real. No, girl. You better, get somebody to blow that back out.
He was probably giving you vanilla sex while he was doing some
that
crazy
Caucasian
shit.
sex.
Yeah, that Caucasian
Why
sex.
he's giving the men the good sex. Like, girl, if you know.
I want to know, if you ever tried to stick it in her butt?
Maybe she does have butt sex. We don't know.
Ain't happening. Not with me. That's my deal breaker. So anybody that's trying to hook up with me through Jen, like, no butt sex.
She doesn't like butt sex.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. If you like butt sex,
sorry,
she's not the one for you.
No, I'm definitely not the one for you. I'll beat you off with my feet though.
Footloose. Footloose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. All right, wonderful people. I want to thank y'all for listening to another episode of No Facts with Jen. And I also want to thank Christina for coming on again. She's one of my recurring guests that doesn't want me to have anybody else on here.
Fuck no. I ain't gonna lie.
You can follow her at I'm
MFing Awesome Yo.com. Same moniker on Facebook and Instagram.
Whoop, whoop.
We're going to start putting clickbait on Instagram, so if you want to check me out there, just letting you know.
All the clickbait. Anyway, thank you for listening to No Facts with Jen. Love you guys, and we will see you again next week.
Deuces.
Bye-bye.